Recruiter here, getting you ahead of your job search by reviewing your resumes. The resume we have up first is They Didn't Tell Me. This is the most common mistake ever. This person said they are a software engineer new grad. Well, guess what? Software engineering is divided into 5 stacks. There are more than 5 stacks, but these are the most common ones you're going to find. That is full backend Python, backend Java, backend C#.net, and frontend. So I'm going to roll a D6, and then whichever one it lands on is what I'm going to review this as, because you need to make sure your resume is tailored to a specific stack if you're a software engineer. If you're not a software engineer, you need to make sure your resume is tailored to a specific role, not the job itself, but the job title, because job titles or niches of job titles all share the same qualifications. So this is 5. It got front end, so I am reviewing this as a front end, which is actually relevant as I'm kind of recruiting for a front end role. It's kind of full stack. It's like 90% front end with a little bit of back end to 50%, so I guess that's full stack, but yeah, so for a startup. So let's see, this is front end. So what we're going to need in front end is this. JavaScript. Oh boy, that was a mistake that no one will let me hear the end of. React, AngularJS, HTML, CSS, PHP, SQL, Scrum, Agile, RESTful API, SEO, Git, Docker, Jira, Node.js, Vue, Next, and a bonus. So I have 20 seconds to review this, and let's see if it works. This person says they have an okay ratio, but I don't know if that's true or not. They did not tell me enough about it, which the ratio is how you can tell how good your resume is 1 in 50 is solid. So that's for every 50 applications, you get 1 interview. And go. Okay. Oh, I hate this. Okay. Can't use anything here. Why do I care about Airflow? GitHub is useful. I don't care about you saving hours or PowerShell or, well, this is SQL. SQLite, React, Next.js, okay. And Puppeteer. And that's it. There we go. You'd get declined. So let me read what this person actually wrote. Also, if you're wondering why I only have 20 seconds, that's just all the time we have. The recruiter that takes longer than 20 seconds to find stuff is the recruiter that's going to get fired. So, been applying for roles primarily located in New York City. Okay, that makes sense. You are there, that's good. I'm focusing on big tech and pre-IPO companies and promising startups. Yeah, I'm working for some of them, and I don't know if they'd even want to see your resume based on what you wrote. They would probably require a couple of more years of experience, though. How can I hear back more often? Well, first off, pick a stack. Even startups, up-and-coming startups, it's usually full stack, but they want you to pick a stack, right? Like the role I'm currently recruiting for is between, let's say, like 90% front end with a little bit of back end. So I'm really only looking for people that are front end, and people that have done full stack with a focus on front end. So this is the stuff that I would look for. And if you notice, I didn't find any of it, except here in the technical skills section, which is worthless. If it's in a skills section, it does not count. Stop putting skill sections in. They do literally nothing but hurt your resume. So you are going to need to do the following. 1, fix your formatting. This is the free formatting that I have on my website. You should use it. At some point, I will make it a Word doc so it's easier for people. This is how you want your resume to look. I don't care if you're a barista, a cashier, or a software engineer. You need this formatting. This is how you do it. And stop bolding everything. Seriously, this makes it so much harder to read. So the second thing is we want to make sure this is focused. You are focused so heavily on trying to impress me and having these metrics, but that's not what we're looking for. Are we looking for impact? Yeah, kind of, but that's not impact. Saving 2 hours a week is not impact. They're really just looking for the reason or result that you did whatever you did. So I'm going to need you to go back to the drawing board here and redo every single one of these bullet points because they're all bad except this one. This is actually your best bullet point. Is built full stack app for a relational database using Next.js, React, Auth.js, implemented PDF generation with Puppeteer. That's not a great bullet point because you did not really tell me the reason or result that you did it, but that is better than any of this drove 47% Q3 revenue growth versus achieved 16% MT. Nobody knows what that is. Nobody's looking for that. And normally I would suggest not having startup founder, but startups do actually like seeing that you were founder before. It proves that you are scrappy and can sort of work in the environment. But this is a random collection of numbers that means absolutely nothing. So when you're building a bullet point, which is the most important thing of your resume, you need to show me what you did, which is what people consider a keyword. So this would be keywords. That's the what. How you did it, and the reason or result of you doing it. If it's not those three, it does not count as a qualification. And where, with the exception of your education. Education is good. If you do not have those three things, it does not count as a qualification, and I cannot use it. That is why technical skill sections are worthless, and you should not have them. You need to actually show me what you did like this. All right. Again, I don't care that this is for a cashier. This is how you write your resume. So if anybody ever needs more help, they can always join my live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST on twitch.tv/headlesshheadhunter. That is where I get these qualifications from and keywords. That is where I help people out more so than I can just with resume reviews. And, if anybody needs more help, they can always join me. And please like, comment, subscribe, send it to your friends and repost it. That actually really does help me out, like seriously. So please do that. And let's go to the next resume. This is a resume of a master's level intern. So master's level software engineer interns are a little bit different than bachelor's level and PhD level. Master's interns are expected to know a little bit more. So as a general rule, as I spell masters wrong, a intern in general, right? This is an intern. Everything is not set up. An intern in general is just going to want these four things. They want their degree. They want a basic knowledge of whatever it is, and the ability to work with other and take direction criticism. Now, as a master's level, you're going to want a little bit more knowledge than basic of the tech stack. So instead of, let's say Java, SQL, and RESTful APIs being all you need, now you will probably need maybe a little bit of cloud. You'll need maybe like Docker or Django. So this is the part where you may have to start like tailoring this to the stack, while normal software engineer interns that are bachelors do not have to tailor it to the stack. So that is sort of what we're looking for. Now, this person is in chat, so after this I can help them out. They're in my Twitch chat. But right now, let's review it in 20 seconds and go. Okay, good. Formatting, good. Built full stack features using an improved system reliability. Develop responsive React and HTML components. Navigate. Again, these are okay bullet points. RESTful APIs. Okay, but where is... Yeah, this is... I don't think this is bad, but I don't think it's great. And just the level of competition you're going to be facing. Partly because of how you wrote some of these bullet points, they're not great. Again, this is better than a lot I've seen, but there's a lot of competition. So, let me read the notes that you wrote me. Since the last time I submitted, I rebuilt the resume. So now it fully follows my format. Good, there's no issues with your formatting. Let's see, the section for various bullet points. I moved a past internship to the top because it's the most software related one. Yep, that is what you want to do. Push my current internship AI automation down a third so it's more AI focused. And let's see, you're trying to land a role despite the recession and start paying down the student debt and international student debt. Yeah, I don't blame you. I hate how they load people up with debt and they don't teach you how to get a job. It infuriates me. Let's see. So you're currently looking for an internship. International students. Okay. So this is very difficult to explain, but I can kind of tell when a candidate is trying to impress me rather than writing what they did. And this still reads like you're trying to impress me. In addition, it's a little bit too long. You were there for a bit, and that's good. The problem is I don't need 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bullet points on. 8 is the max, but I think you could fit this into probably 4 or 5, right? Because as you notice, I didn't even get through your first internship. I got farther down and I understood more. And again, it's not bad. It's just, it could use some improvement. And then built multiple AI agents using NA. Okay. So, here's what I think you should do. I understand why you put this down here, but I believe you should keep this up top, but we're going to change the formatting. This is something I'm going to explain more off the air on the Twitch stream more, but what you want to do is switch this back to top so it's in the correct order, but you only want to use one bullet point to describe it. So you've only been there for a month, right? And this is okay because you're an intern. Interns only usually was like 3 months. So you're not going to have a ton of stuff here, and we're going to use that. So I only want you to put one bullet point for this, and it could probably be just this. Now, agents is kind of hot, but it's also still new enough that I think a lot of people may not fully know what it is. So you may want to put in like a little bit of other AI in this sentence and then leave it as is. You don't have to tell us anything else, just really built multiple AI agents using XYZ and N8N, which I actually was sort of searching for, but it's for a more of a veteran software engineer, to automate product discovery. So again, just need a little bit more. And then we go to here, and again, I still feel like you're trying to impress me. This one is fine, but you put React first. And I don't know if a lot of recruiters would know that React is for the back end. Maybe it's not. Maybe this is not. I really do want to see more like a different language, right, than just React. It's good to have React, but I don't know as a back end they're going to see it as much, if that even is a back end. If it isn't the back end, then I actually don't see what you did with the back end. And then you don't need to put this, because you already have this. So here's what you need to do, right? You don't want to repeat the same qualification in the same job. So you don't want to put HTML 3 times here. You just have it in your first sentence and then you're good. You do want to put it at other jobs though. So it's okay if HTML is here and down here, but you don't want to have HTML just here, here, and here, right? You don't want to triple up on it. One qualification per job, ideally, because space is at premium. So that would mean you can safely delete this, because, again, it has everything you already said in the first sentence. Then we can do this. I don't know if I really like the word optimize, but it's still fine. But I would like a little bit more than just SQL and API. So this is where we can put, like, RESTful APIs and PostgreSQL. Then this is fine because it has Node. This has Git. And this can be removed because, again, you already mentioned all of this. And then this should be higher up because they like cloud. So you're trying to still impress me. Your bullet points are bloated because they are redundant. So I think we can crunch this down into maybe 3 to 4 bullet points max. I think that is very doable. Again, is this a garbage resume? No, I don't want to say this is a garbage resume. But there are a lot of flaws that are with it. And if you haven't done the back end here, then I would immediately go down to Python and C++, which is great to see. So we need to shrink this. We need you to stop trying to impress me, but I can teach you some more because you're in my Twitch chat. For everybody else, we're going to the next resume. This is a resume of a penetration tester. So this is like the person that is testing for cybersecurity vulnerabilities and stuff. I'm sure the people that know more about that can correct me, which I think they probably are in chat because we have a couple of cyber people. But the gist for everybody else is this is testing errors and exploits so that other people can fix them. That is what I understand this job to be. And what we're looking for looks like a lot, but it's actually not as much as you think. You actually don't need 75% of these. Normally that's the amount you need to move forward. Most of these you just need about 50% because of how difficult it is to find people for this. So we need to see that you've done cybersecurity or penetration testing or system admin or infrastructure or net engineering or software development or security engineering experience. Basically, did you do stuff with vulnerabilities? Blue team, writing exploits from scratch. Bloodhound, Mimikatz, Metasploit, Cobalt Strike are also needed. Windows and Linux internals, DNS, SMB, LDAP, and Kerberos. I hate IT names. And Kali Linux, Burp Suite, Metasploit, which I said twice, and Nessus. And I will say Burp Suite was in most all of them. So despite this ridiculous name, which again, I hate IT terms, you do want Burp Suite. If you have anything from this list, it needs to be Burp, which this is why I hate IT terms, because that sounds so ridiculous out loud. Python, PowerShell, Bash, and then a bonus for any of these certs. So can I find it in 20 seconds? Probably have more than 20 seconds, but let's find out. All right, can't use anything here. Can't use anything here. Linux is nice. Security checks, but not enough. Burp Suite, okay, good. WebAR, nothing. Nothing. You have, Burp Suite again, good. This is how you write it. You have it here, and you have it here. This is good because they're two different jobs. It would have been bad if it was in the same one. So, I don't think I can move with them because they only had, like, 2 things that I was looking for. Again, I cannot use this. Where's your degree? Yeah, this is why you put your degree up top, as I missed it. Alright, so what did you write me? I am not graduated yet. I am applying to entry-level, junior, and mid-level. Yeah, so your resume is not good, but this is not a terrible one. This is a formatting issue and a content issue. So, again, I need your resume to look like this, so that's easy to read. And again, you have your education and certs in this section. Here, though, the problem is you fill it with junk. Again, I cannot use anything in a summary. I cannot use anything in a core skills section. I want you to write more of your bullet points like this. And it needs to be some of the stuff from this list. I don't know why I looked up. There's not one on my ceiling. Because right now you just don't have it. The only thing I really found was I saw security checks and Burp Suite. I need you to write more of this stuff. But overall, you've got sort of the right idea for this. Like, this is close because I want to know why you did it. So, again, I need you to be more blunt. It's still a little too technical. It still does not have enough stuff that I need, and its formatting is bad. Now, saying that, again, I'm not saying this is the trash resume, burn it, garbage forever. It's not. You just need to refocus on what's actually important, and some of these bullet points are salvageable. So, let's go to the next resume. This is a resume of a full-stack software developer. So, or engineer, those are the same. So what we're looking for is degree, TypeScript, JavaScript, CSS, HTML, Node.js, Angular, Next.js, GraphQL, SQL, API, RESTful APIs, Cloud, Agile, CI/CD, cross-functionally, .NET, or Python, or Java, or C#. Basically, I need to see the back end. And bonus points for architecture, Azure language, Git, and DevOps. So, can I find it in 20 seconds? This is not my formatting, and I hate it. All right. It's not that far off, and go. Okay. Good. We have this here. Reusable React. Okay. JavaScript, HTML, CSS. Fine. Optimize Node and create every backend. I need a little bit more. Docker deployed on Azure app. Figured it again. I don't see the backend. Angular, TypeScript. This is okay. So not counting the fact that it needs to look like this, which this looks night and day to this. This is not terrible. It's not bad. Actually has some of the stuff I need. I just feel like I might need a little bit more. So I am currently in school and we're graduating in May. I'm already applying, but I've not heard anything back yet. I mean, it may just be that, again, most companies do not hire this far out in advance. It's not like all of them do. This is the problem. But the vast majority of companies, they start their process about 3 months prior to the need of the hire. So the fact that you can't start till May or March, till May, means that they're not going to move forward with you even if you have a perfect resume because you're not graduating until May. Now, usually if you're about to graduate, that's fine, like a month or two. But for the vast majority of jobs, you need to have 3 months of ramp-up time in the U.S. Where the market is slow. I know we're in December where the market is slow. Yeah, so again, good call is that in November, December, the job market shuts down. There's like 1 week of actual recruiting, which is the week of the 1st of December, which it is right now when I'm recording this, but the job market opens up again in the second week of January. So if you're not getting anything during that time, that's why. Let's see. So as a new grad, when should I start applying to jobs? For big companies, we're talking like Walmart and Amazon, you want to apply this early. But for, I'd say, anything other than like the giants that are known for every household because they're that big, you probably are doing it too early. I put the relevant courses because a lot of juniors look for object-oriented programming. Yeah, but again, they ideally want to see it here. If it's not here, it doesn't really count. So is this a garbage resume? Throw it in the trash? No, it's not. But there are some improvements we could do. So again, I will look at you. They're probably talking to me in chat right now, but I will look at them after I review this because I don't want to color my perception of it. So built reusable dashboard components with JavaScript is good. I actually really like this one. The thing is, I don't know if they're going to know that, like, again, you can use React for this. Usually when they're looking for full stack, they're looking for Python or Java or .NET or C#. And I don't really see that. Or sometimes TypeScript can replace that. The rest of this is good, right? Although, again, you don't need to say Azure App Services. You don't want to overcomplicate it because they may not know that Azure App Services is different than Azure. They just need to see the cloud. So I also want to see, this is too short. I want to see more of what you did. What do you mean optimize node performance? Like, why did you need to optimize it? I don't know why that's impactful. And again, I'm not asking for percentages. I'm just saying, like, optimize Node.js performance through querying index and backend logic so our X could Y. But this is still kind of written a little bit like you're trying to impress me. And then we get to the second one, is not bad. Again, TypeScript is good. Although, I think in the order of importance, TypeScript is more important than Angular. So I would usually use TypeScript first, but the rest of this is okay. This can be deleted. There's nothing here I need besides the fact that it says Python, but I don't want you to write Python all the way this far down. Like, that's kind of my problem is I don't see Python until down here. That's the back end most people are going to be looking for. So, again, is this the worst garbage resume? No, it's not. Most of the problem you're having is probably because you're just applying too early, but there are some tweaks we could do to make it better. So for everybody else, we're going to the next resume, but for this person, they're on stream, so I'm going to help them out a little bit more. Next resume. This is almost the same resume. It's not, though. This is different. This is a different person. But yeah, same principle here. Full stack software engineer. I think they're entry level. Let's see. So we same qualification. So let's find them in 20 seconds and go. Plugging into JavaScript, C# and Docker. Okay, good. Optimize package solution to C# and SQL. Okay, cross functional is not bad. Develop full stack packages in C#, JavaScript, SQL, and Docker. I need HTML and CSS. 3D containers. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Blazor, RESTful API, .NET. Yeah, this is actually better. This is the... I'm not trying to be mean here. This is the better version of the previous resume. The other resume did a little bit of better stuff, but in some of the stuff, mainly the fact that they mentioned JavaScript, HTML, and CSS in the first line instead of down here, and they had cloud. Those are huge. But the rest of what is this person wrote it better. This is not actually a bad resume. I think I could move this forward. I just wish there was cloud. And again, we had the HTML, CSS here. Like, it would have been better if they just said maintain a full stack using JavaScript, HTML, CSS, C# and Docker. I don't need this part, but again, this is not a bad resume. So, what did they write? I got one return offer. I did get an online assessments with a bunch of other companies, but can't seem to crack into higher level companies. Mainly the cloud, I would say. It's mainly the cloud and the fact that you put the full-time up here, and you're not able to crack into higher level companies because they're not hiring this far in advance, right? The companies you said are like Visa, which makes sense because, again, you're graduating there. The Visa is big enough, but yeah, it's not bad. I just need this a little bit better, right? Like, I need I need this sentence to be written more like this one with the addition of C#, and I need some kind of cloud. In fact, can I see cloud? You can also fix the formatting, but it's not the worst. If you just remove this line between these and unbold everything here and italicize this, and your formatting's good. But yeah, I don't see any cloud. I see AWS at the very bottom in a skills section, but not where you used it. I don't even see the other stuff like Lambda or SW2. So I need some cloud. That is going to hamper you. But for the previous person, this is sort of how I would like these bullet points to be written. These are pretty solid. So overall, good, right? This is a B resume. Solid, can definitely get interviews, but you probably will need to fix a couple of these bullet points to tighten them up even more, but otherwise solid. So that's all I can do for this one, and that is all for this episode. Thank you all for watching. Again, if you ever need more help, you can go onto my live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 11 a.m. PST. Like, share, comment on this video. It helps me out a lot. That's seriously, like, the thing you can do to help me is that, and it helps a lot by resharing. So that's all. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.